Assalamu alaikum, good morning, it's Shazad Faisal. It's 27th of September 2025. This vlog is about Pakistani PM's speech at United Nations General Assembly yesterday, 26th of September 2025. It was the 80th session of United Nations General Assembly. Pakistani PM has absolutely blasted India. Second news, India is in panic, and after losing out to Pakistan in May 2025 in a little battle, India is in panic after losing 7 jets and 1 Heron UAV drone, 2 S-400 systems, more than 250 soldiers and many air bases and brigade headquarters in Uri, Indian Kashmir. India is in panic and they are on a massive Air Force fighter jet shopping spree. That's the second news. So let's come to the first news. Pakistani PM in his speech started by mentioning Indian terrorism in Pakistan, particularly in KP state of Pakistan, which borders north-western side of Pakistan and to the east of Afghanistan, and Indian supported TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, is doing terrorism there for years and years, and bomb blast and all sort of terrorist activities attacking civilians and our soldiers. We have lost 90,000 civilians and soldiers in those terrorist attacks, totally funded by India for training, abating, money, weapon systems through its 12 consulates in Afghanistan now as well, and before Taliban regime in Ashraf Ghani regime as well. And on the other hand, in the disguise of its engineers and supporting staff in Chabahar port to develop Chabahar port and support and funding about 120 millions, mere 120 millions. They were running a terror camp which has been blasted by Iran recently. And they were supporting BLA and Majid Brigade, BLF and other terrorist organizations, training, abetting, funding, providing weapon systems to them in Iran and doing terrorism. In Pakistan, the worst terrorist activity was kidnapping a civilian train, probably one of its kind in the history of the train attacks. It went for days. More than 100 civilians got killed. India was reporting live from there through its connections with the terrorists, satellite connections, live interviewing the terrorists as well, showing that we don't care about the world when we are supporting the terrorists. So our PM has blasted India over there, over these terrorist activities. And then our PM Shehbaz Sharif went on to Pahalgam attack. He condemned it, and then he mentioned that we offered a neutral investigation, but India, out of the sheer arrogance, chose to blame Pakistan with no evidence. And he chose to attack between the 7th and 8th of May the civilian targets inside Pakistan in Bahawalpur and Murid, killing more than 56 civilians. Most of them were families, women, kids, sleeping at night in their beds, and they were killed. So, Pakistani PM also mentioned that within 26 minutes of that attack, we shot 7 of their jets, including 4 Rafales, 1 Su-30, 1 MiG-29, and 1 Mirage 2000, 1 Heron UAV. If you count it, it's a big UAV made by India's best mate Israel. And at that point, there were a lot of claps in the United Nations General Assembly by the dignitaries mostly. And also when PM mentioned that India attacked out of sheer arrogance. There were a lot of claps there as well. And let's come to the second topic. Out of this, Indian PM was sensing this already. That's why he chose not to come to the United Nations General Assembly. He was not willing to face Mr. Donald J. Trump, who has been insulting India, especially the Indian Modi, Prime Minister Modi, because Mr. Modi failed to accept his brilliance in ending the conflict. Pakistani PM thanked Mr. Donald J. Trump to avoid a major conflict which could have been blown out of proportion, and it could have been a nuclear war. So, to avoid humiliation, Indian PM failed to go to the United Nations. Instead, he chose to send Mr. Jay Shankar. So let's come to the second topic. Out of sheer panic, what India is doing, guess what? Spending on a spending spree $40 to $50 billion just on Indian Air Force. Yes, guys, you are listening right. Most of the world militaries, they don't have that kind of budget. Pakistan has a budget of $8 to $10 billion a year. India is spending $40 to $50 billion to upgrade its Air Force by buying different jets from the world. So let's come to the topic. It's a good news, it's a breaking news that India is going to buy 114 more Rafales. 114 from France at a humongous cost of nearly 25 to $30 billion, because Rafale is about 250 to 300 million a piece, including training, support, missions, missiles, meteors, and all the ecosystem. So it's going to be 25 to $30 billion for 114 Rafales, because India's fleet strength is going down. India is in need of 42 squadrons according to their Air Force, and they just have 29 squadrons, including Jaguars. You know, they are old late third, early fourth generation jets, not feasible for today's warfare. Mirage 2000s are better, but they want to replace them as well. They want to keep Su-30s and Rafales. So the second news is that 29 squadron. After Jaguars are going to go, they might go further down up to maybe 25, 24, 22 squadrons at par with Pakistan. Pakistan has about nearly 25 squadrons at the moment. So India is in panic. That's the big news, breaking news. Second, the tip of the iceberg is that, second news, India is also buying Su-57s, fifth generation Russian fighter jets, 50 to 100 million a piece. It depends on the configurations, what you want with the jet. The simple jet is about 50 million, then you add on to the training, support, ecosystem, missiles, bombs, electronic warfare suits, blah blah, helmet mounted system, and blah blah blah, everything. So it goes over 100 million. So it's gonna be, India is trying to buy 6 to 8 squadrons of Su-57s as well, and it's gonna be another 12 to 15, which can go up to $20 billion deal. Massive purchases. In total, if you add it up, it amounts to about 40 to 50 billion just for Indian Air Force, just to cover up their humiliation, just to face Pakistan and other Operation Sindoor 2.0. So these are the two news today's vlog is all about. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, share and comment.